All right, guys, I want to welcome you to this edition of the Rod Watson Audio Experience. I'm here with the founder of Q4 Sports, Quinn Williams, the man with the master plan. Thanks for coming on today, man.
Man, appreciate it, dude. No, it's my pleasure.
We had a chance to talk, about maybe 2 months ago before the Christmas break, right?
Yeah.
And I had a chance to really sit down with Quinn. Quinn came on my show on ESPN earlier part of 2017.
Yeah.
I think it was like maybe the spring when we first had Lunch Ballers World here in LA.
Yeah.
And we had a chance to really talk with you and more about the process of how you guys established the brand. But I wanted to dive a little bit deeper.
Yeah,
I wanted to get behind the scenes and get to know the man and hear your journey. Yeah. Because I believe it's a story that should be told. I believe it's a story the world should know. Here you are today. How old are you now, Quinn?
28, man.
We're talking about a guy that has
29 and
30, which we're going to dive into, has designed a sneaker that is on the market right now today that you can purchase behind us at q4sports.com.
Yep.
And we're going to dive into who's wearing this sneaker and where you can find this sneaker. But let's start with telling us a little bit about who you are, Quinn, and where you're from.
Yeah, man. I'm from a small rural town called Elko, Georgia. Pretty much small miniature Mayberry.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of knows everybody.
Yeah.
They really take care of people. So humble beginnings, man, and that small world, for me being a creative, I had to figure out a way to kind of get out and get my work and just express myself as a designer.
Correct.
So my real passion started with car design, actually.
That's interesting because I love cars too.
Yeah, man.
It seems like a lot of sneakers are like Jordan's. His whole, Tinker Hatfield, their whole design was behind planes and cars, right?
Exactly. Because I think with cars, especially when you think about performance cars, that is the pinnacle of whatever brand you're looking at, right? That is
Lamborghini,
Ferrari,
all of those.
Whatever the best technology is, they incorporate it within that supercar.
Correct.
So I look at shoes in the same light.
Correct.
We're designing for the top athletes in the world. They have to perform, they have to work, but they also have to look aesthetically pleasing.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a nice mix, and I guess that's how I kind of bridged over it.
Yeah.
Because, basketball, I'm 6'7". I don't have a choice. I have to play.
Yeah.
But I just love the game. And that's where my passion with cars and basketball kind of aligned with footwear design.
Now let me ask you this. When did your passion start for sneakers?
So sneakers, it's always been there.
Yeah.
Only because, playing ball, that's the tool for the athlete.
Was there one player that maybe influenced you
without question.
We all know.
Mike, yeah.
Go ahead and say it.
Mike, yeah. I mean, that's the GOAT.
Yeah.
That's the GOAT.
Yeah.
After that, it came Kobe when he was with Adidas, actually, and a lot of
Crazy Eights.
Yeah. Actually, my favorite Kobe of all time is the Kobe 1.
You like that one?
Exactly. A lot of people say, what?
Yeah.
Let me tell you why. Only because, one, it was inspired by a car, obviously.
Yeah.
Audi TT. But because it's so unique.
Yes.
A lot of people say, oh, that's either ugly, I hate it, or I love it.
Well, I've heard
conversation piece.
I've never been a big Adidas guy.
Yeah, me neither.
I've been a big Nike guy until I met you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm definitely gonna be wearing some Q4 sports sneakers. I'm waiting for this new product line to drop because those are more favorable to me, and you guys get a chance to see that. But Kobe, he definitely was an influencer on the game when you talk about sneakers. And the Adidas, that first shoe, there's never been another one like it.
No.
Matter of fact, they're retroing the shoe and bringing it back out. Now they have.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, probably one of the top designs that Adidas has ever made for a basketball sneaker up to the present day where they are now. They had a last year where they were really like, what the hell, But again, back up. So it was Adidas that influenced you, right? So where did it start for you to say, okay, I want to be a designer, and one day I'm going to rival these giants like Nike, Adidas, and so on?
When did that
start? How did you come up with creating the brand Q4 Sports?
Oof, wow. Okay, let's go back because it started when I went to college.
Correct.
I went to college for industrial design because with industrial design you can do so many things within that umbrella. Car design, furniture, shoes, so many things. Got there, I was in my junior year, and I needed to figure out, okay, I got to get a job by the time I graduate.
Got to pay some bills.
I got to pay some bills. My mom's got loans, all this stuff. Okay, so I got to get an internship. I was trying to, you know, see if I could fit within a real industrial design type of environment, and it just never was my thing.
Correct.
I always drew shoes ever since I was probably 8. Just because as a hobby, I mean, I had my own brand, I had all this stuff. I used to design, had apparel. I called it Q-Dub, UW, and white. So
your friends probably thought you were crazy back then, right?
They thought I was creative.
Yeah,
It was like, man, those actually look pretty dope.
That's cool.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's cool. So I knew I had a knack for that. So I started to apply for shoe internships and apprenticeships. My first one was with Reebok. I didn't make it. That was my first real shoe design.
Yeah.
Like really in depth.
And what year was that?
Ooh, I was in.
He had to have been a baby. He's only 28 years old.
That was like 2009, 2010-ish.
Okay.
You know, didn't make it, but I was like, man, I love, you know, designing shoes.
Yeah.
So I just kept at it, and I landed my first internship in Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
It was a private firm, and so me and the senior designer would just design. I did hiking boots for European clientele.
So let me stop you right here really quick. Before you designed a hiking boot, but you were working for free, or were you getting paid?
Yeah, I was. Well, I'm talking about a small check, very small. But other than that,
could you pay the bills with that check?
No way.
Okay, so
no way.
The reason why I'm bringing that up, because here you are, a kid from Georgia.
Yep.
Right. You're working to perfect your talents and your crafts, and you chose to go learn in an environment that pretty much led you to be where you're sitting today.
For sure.
And the reason why I say that is because oftentimes a lot of our viewers and our listeners, they want to get to the bag right away, right? Or they don't want to work underneath someone. And I tell people when they're coming up in any industry, if you don't know, go learn from someone that does, because you can get information, doors can be open for you. So, all right, pick back up, because I just wanted to at least notate that.
Yeah, for sure. It's knowledge. So, you know, I stuck in there. That was my first entry level into footwear.
Correct.
I'm learning how to do a tech pack, how to design proportions, talking to China, manufacturing, flew to China for the first time. And, you know, being there in person, you get a whole understanding of how everything works.
Correct.
The suppliers, the tooling, the mold factories, the screen, everything.
Mm-hmm.
So now I have a good grasp of the industry, how it works.
Correct.
And while I'm there, every night I used to travel up to Manhattan. I was actually staying with my now wife, her auntie. And so I would design a shoe every night.
So she original day one.
Yeah, original day one. Since the grind.
Yes.
So, you know, I'm designing the shoe every night.
Yeah.
I'm rendering it in Photoshop and then uploading to like coreflot.com and behance.net just to get my portfolio out.
Yeah.
So it's like somebody has to see this. And just kept grinding every day.
And what year was this, you think?
Again, this was early 2010.
Okay.
And so by the
technology still wasn't where it was today.
No.
But still, thank God for the internet.
The internet
because
helped.
you have the ability to get your product out there without the middleman and get exposure.
Exactly, it's free advertising.
Yeah.
Just sign up, upload your stuff. If it's good enough, somebody find it.
And where was this that you posted it at?
Coreflot.com.
Okay.
And behance.net.
Okay.
It's one of the top 2 design portfolios, online portfolios.
Okay.
And so by the time the internship ends, you know, first of all, before I even got there, I realized, you know, as a designer, we create product. You know, we create it. Now, in the situation that I was in, and a lot of designers are still in.
Correct.
You design a product and you but they pay you salary.
Absolutely.
To a corporation, but yet they make millions of dollars off of your product, your design. But you don't get any back-end royalties off of that. You get a flat fee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can climb up to the executive levels of design, maybe get a $250,000 salary. That's nice.
Correct.
But in the long scheme of things, man, they really took advantage of you.
Which is interesting you bringing that up, because you and I had a conversation when we first met and we talked about your experience. I won't bring up the name of the company, but you went on a trip, and you know, one of the things, you know, I really took away from that is that, you know, the importance of independence.
Man.
Never be afraid to go out and try to materialize your dreams.
That's
right?
It.
And yeah, you can go sit behind a desk and design and make $250 a year, or you can make $250 million a year. It's your choice.
Right.
It's all about your perspective.
Yeah.
And you may start out being that designer making $250 a year, but for me, I think the power is being independent. at the end of the day.
I agree.
And actually understanding your worth, right? And not selling it because it might be hard and difficult. I mean, you're 28 years old, and here you are, you got 4 sneakers sitting in front of me, right? Most people got a hard time putting their shoes on their feet in the morning, let alone designing a shoe, getting a shoe out to the market, and then not only getting a shoe to the market, now you're competing and rivaling with the giants of Nike, Adidas, you know, all the other Under Armour, all these other sneakers that are out there, and you now got NBA players wearing your sneakers. And that's from the decision of making your mind up that I'm going to be independent. You know, I'm going to take this path. And now that we're on this topic, tell me a little bit about, like, for you, who were some of your biggest influencers in the game that really influenced you to take this path of independence and stick with your dream of designing your own shoe?
I would have to say it starts with Dwayne Edwards.
Who is he?
So Dwayne Edwards is the former brand director of Jordan Brand.
Okay.
He designed the 22 and the 23, Carmelo's signature, Jack Woods, you name it. He's kind of been a part of that fabric.
So is he more or less a mentor to you?
He still is.
Great.
So so he found me after that internship. So me, you know, doing what I was doing, he found me, sent me an email and said, "Yo, Q, you look like you have some talent, got some skill. I have this footwear academy that's going to be in Portland, Oregon, called Pencil, which now Pencil is getting very global now.
Yeah.
But up until then, that was the 3rd class, and he picked 23 students from around the world, handpicked them. We flew out to Portland, Oregon for 3 weeks, and that was, you know, again, an entry level into what footwear was. So I'm getting, you know, contacts in the Nikes and Adidas of the world and trying to get in to the industry. That didn't work. It was 8 months before I got a legit full-time design job. And that was just through grinding. I won a national competition. I got 1st place for a starter brand in Birmingham, Alabama. I moved there. I was there for a year. And during that year, I turned down all of the offers from all of the corporations.
Do you mind sharing what kind of offers they were offering you? Not necessarily dollar amount, but what came with how they were trying to snag you as a designer.
I mean, you know, you come in as an entry-level designer, and you have a, you know, an entry-level salary, and they'll give you a stipend depending on where you live and move you to the location. Typically, it's probably going to be in Portland, Oregon. That's where most of the shoe companies are located. And that was it. I mean, that's your deal. You know what I mean? And I turned all of them down only because I wanted to compete against them.
Smart.
I was
about to ask you that. Why did you turn them down? What was it inside of you that led to you have enough confidence to believe in yourself that you could compete against a Nike? That's almost kind of like most people say, you crazy as hell, right?
Yeah.
You know, what are you thinking? Like, they own the market. And in actuality, they're in trouble if you want to know the truth. I believe in the next 5 to 6 years, you're going to see a huge shift in the sneaker industry where you're seeing these players wearing Nikes and Jordan and all these other brands because soon to be, you know, I hope that this is in the near future within the next probably 12 to 24 months, that a lot of these athletes are going to see that, you know, I'm getting pennies at the end of the day. Even if you want to say I got a $20 or $30 million deal, in comparison to what I can get with some of these other brands like Q4,
that's all I'm saying.
I can have an interest in the company.
That's all I'm saying.
And so I think we're going to see a big shift. And I think, you know, just like with Big Baller Brand, right? You know, I've talked with LeVar, and I've had an opportunity to sit and speak with him about his philosophy behind what he's doing with his sons, what he's doing with his own sneaker company. I think you have to have big balls. I think you got to have enough confidence in yourself, and you cannot fear the risk of failing or looking stupid in front of your friends and peers. So that takes me back. What was it inside that led you to believe that you could compete with Nike and all these other companies?
Man, it's
not having a product out yet.
Right.
It
just
was
mentally
and in here.
So again, basketball, right?
Yeah.
My idol still is MJ.
Yeah.
Anybody that watches the game of basketball and knows the history of what MJ did for the game and how he was so fierce on the court,
correct.
That's how I want to be in life.
Correct.
I think I can beat anybody because I have that much confidence in myself. And how I see it is, I feel that if people can grasp the concept of what I think within inside my brain and my mind is the truth, everything outside of that doesn't matter.
Correct.
It doesn't matter if they say, you're not as good as that, or you can't do that. That's impossible. As long as you truly believe it, here, everything else doesn't matter.
Correct.
So when you get that in, when you lock that in, all you gotta do now is just work. Just work.
Put your head down and get to work.
Just go. Just put the blinders on and just go. And you will eventually get to the finish line.
Correct.
It's gonna take time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You may have the slow periods in the race versus the fast periods, but if you just keep going, you will get to the finish line.
So, how many years have you been a designer?
Professionally since 2010.
So we're talking about, we're at 2018. So 8 years later, not only do you have a sneaker, you have sneakers.
Yes, sir.
You've got a product line. You've got more products coming out. We've got sneakers, socks, hoodies, right? Women's apparel. Well, you're rocking the socks right now.
Yeah.
What do you see that evolving into as far as the brand? Like, where are you guys headed? What's your target? What are you trying to accomplish? How are you planning to disrupt the marketplace even further?
So right now, we are in the background working for our China tour actually this coming summer. So we're gonna have our guys travel. We're gonna get PR promoters to actually get to academies, basketball academies, and spread the word about Q4 from a global standpoint. Because, you know, the global game of what footwear is humongous.
Correct.
Billions of dollars.
Correct.
Now, the thing that people don't understand is outside of the States, this is obviously the bulk load of what the population is. And when you talk about basketball, China being the biggest
They're huge
in population when it comes to people that actually play the sport. 300 million, over 300 million, which is the population of the United States alone. Okay, so we want to be global. The next thing for us, training, we want to get into that because that just kind of parlays from basketball.
Training with the players, right?
Right.
Okay.
You feel me? From there, we're also working on our lifestyle category that we're going to come out late this year. Working on that. But the idea for Q4, that's why we name it sports. We get into the arena by basketball because it's a global sport.
Correct.
It's an international sport. That gets us locked in. We'll perfect that arena and then bridge off into training, get into running and different other sports.
So was that a strategy to come out of the gate, or did you develop that strategy over the course of learning and just maybe some pitfalls or doors closing, or just maybe just looking back and saying, here's some things we can do differently to expand the brand?
Sure. Exactly. It's more about it's more about pivoting, man, because once we started, you know, it's a lot of things, even within the business model of how we've been disruptive and actually gaining players to come with Q4.
Correct.
All of that was about pivoting while you're in motion.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
you got to
Which
be
isn't
reactive.
easy.
Yeah.
Which isn't easy.
It isn't
it's
easy.
like the game of basketball or football, right? It's a game. You could be up by 10, and next thing you know, you're down by 20, right? But you got to make adjustments to chip away to get yourself back in a position to get control of the game.
That's it. That's kind of how, even like I said, the business model. It's really at the end of the day that makes us so disruptive.
Correct.
But at the end of the day, I can't go too deep.
You don't want to give away your secret sauce. You know what I'm saying? I get it.
Yeah, but you can say we make players partners and we empower them.
Correct. And we have discussed that.
Yeah, you know, that's something that
no other brand is doing.
No, they're not doing that.
And why do you think that is? Not that it matters, but what is your reason why you think this is something that even the conglomerates could have offered to their players?
I think at the end of the day, they don't do it because one, money is money, right?
Absolutely.
So, as a business, as a corporation, you know, you don't want to give too much of the pie away, right?
Because once you open that door, they're afraid
then it's going to be the floodgates. It's going to be crazy.
Correct.
But hey, we can all eat, man. Like that,
Well, why didn't that scare you from, you know, if you see the other conglomerates staying away from it, what led you to say, I think this is the right way to go in the direction?
Man, I'll tell you this. So this year I started a mood board. This is the first time I did it. And it has images and text of what I want to perfect this year. And one quote that it says is that leaders see opportunities where followers see challenges.
Correct.
That's opportunity. They aren't doing it that way.
Correct.
Now, in the age of LeVar Ball, where he comes in with his son, they have their own brand. He has a shoe. At the time, he hasn't even played a day in the league.
He hadn't played one game.
Right. So you get to realize that, wait, maybe you don't need the bigger guys.
Yeah.
Or maybe you could be part of a startup company and actually make some nice equity and nice money.
Correct.
But you got to realize also that you have a brand. You're part of a couple hundred guys in the world that play this sport. They get paid millions of dollars. You are one of the best. You have a brand, but let's just say maybe you don't have the platform to push your brand out globally.
Correct.
We are that.
We are that. You guys give those, you're giving those players the platform to push their brand out, right?
Exactly.
And to be able to show their uniqueness or the creativity that they possess, not just on the field or on the basketball court, but away from that
but
too,
outside as well.
Right? And that's also an opportunity for them to focus on towards building long-term wealth.
That's it, longevity.
Got it.
That's
Got
it.
it. Now, as we're talking about the business development side, I know that for those that are more on the technical side or on the business side, how did you go about selecting your team? Because in anything you do in life, just like I'm in real estate, right? And I'm at a point in my career where I've had my pitfalls. You think you're getting up and going,
climbing,
and
you're like, yeah, this feels good.
Oh hell, it's this over here. Then you pick yourself back up. How important is it to have the right people around you, the right team? And how did you decide on picking the people to help you get to this point and build the brand in the way it has? Because I think you've done a phenomenal job, but I know there are also a lot of people behind the scenes that play a role in this.
Yeah, man. Well, first of all, a team is super important. Team is like, you gotta have the team, man.
Yeah.
Because I tried to do this thing
on your own,
by myself, didn't work, and I know why. And one of it was because of the team. And so when it came to picking the individuals that are part of Q4, one, the chemistry. If you cannot work with somebody naturally without having a conflict of vision and interest of one company, then forget about it. There's no need to even try to convince them to change.
Don't waste that energy.
It's to stop there, because the vision, it has to be parallel, man.
Correct.
That's one. If they don't see the vision, then that exits out a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because for you to say, I want to do this startup thing that's competing against these conglomerates, and they think you're crazy and they're scared to go on the journey with you, stop there.
Yeah.
So I found that.
You need some fearless warriors around.
Oh man, you gotta have them.
Yeah.
You got to.
And people that basically what you're saying support and see your vision and are willing to stick with you through the process.
Yeah, exactly. So you get that, then you get experience. My fellas, some of them don't even come from the shoe industry, but they come from, their background is contract work as far as being a contractor, which means they have the skills of organization. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you have to look outside the box of the industry that you may be in and find the characteristics or qualities that you need that you can't personally handle.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, like LeVar said, you stay in your lane.
That's it.
That's it. I mean, find the
out.
people that make sense for your business, that correlate with the same vision as you. Once you have that, the vibes are good.
Yeah.
There you go.
And I'm in agreement with you. In my career, I went through pitfalls just recently. The last couple of years, made wrong hires, right? And those people don't support your vision. Either they're trying to backstab you or compete with you, or they think they know more, whatever the case may be. Yeah. And I went through that. And one of the things, after talking to my wife, it was like, you really have to, if you need to rely upon even outside side to help you with that process, selecting the right people, then it's better to go that route than to just step back and say, well, you know what, I've been whatever. I'm jaded. I'm burned. I don't want to deal with this anymore. After going through that on your own personal level, how did you then make how did you make the right decision going forward to build the team you have right now? Was it outside forces or people that advised you or maybe kind of counseled you about selecting?
It's a little bit of both, honestly. So my original, it still is, my co-founder and investor. He comes from a financial background as well. He dealt with athletes during the lockout period and got invested into understanding how to help athletes. And a lot of that experience I draw from, but also when it comes to the footwear industry with decisions as far as having the right executives in the right spots for the right positions. I have mentors, which is huge. Dwayne is still there. I have a couple other guys that I kick ideas to.
Yeah.
So mentors, that's been huge for me, man. Like, I still stay in touch with everybody that I come in contact with that has more knowledge than I do.
That's right.
Because they've been there. They've already done it. So a lot of that decision making comes from that side of it.
Yeah. So you leverage the experience of the others around you.
Exactly.
Got it.
That's why they're there. I mean, that's why you have to network. I feel like, with this happening, even with me finding my investor, the reason why that happened is because, one, I put in the hard work.
Correct.
I got my workout.
Correct.
That got me to LA.
Yeah.
I was working for a Chinese basketball brand. The brand director knew a guy that worked with my investor.
Correct.
And then the idea of Q4 popped up. Oh man, we should pitch him. We pitched him. He loved it. Gave us a little bit of money just to get some samples going.
Boom, that's all you needed.
That's all I needed. That's
Yeah.
all I needed. But none of that would have happened if I didn't put in the hard work.
Yeah.
It started there.
Correct.
Then after that, if you did everything you're supposed to do, the universe will align the people around you.
It's interesting you say that because oftentimes for people that are listening, if you have a business or you're dreaming or you're dreaming of building a business or you're currently in that process, things may not be where you want them right now today.
It's never going to be perfect.
But if you spend more time worrying about what you don't have or is this ever going to happen, that's really delaying. That's wasting time. And I went through that myself personally after, being gun shy, bad experiences, kind of like, should I do this? It's kind of like analysis of paralysis where you're overanalyzing as opposed to kind of just putting your head down and saying, you know what, at the end of the day, I'm just going to focus on what I do well, right? And then let the chips fall where they may. Which leads me to my next question. For these young designers that are out here, you're young, even though I say young, younger than you at 28. I'm 41, and I admire everything that you have going on. But for the younger designers that are out there, what advice do you have for them where they may be in a place where they're trying to figure out how to get their vision, their product in front of the right people, how to get funding, or how to select the right team? What advice do you have for them starting out?
Well, I get that email a lot from designers. And the first thing I say,
probably got like 2,000 of those in your
inbox. Man, I got over the years I got a lot.
Yeah.
So the first thing I would say is you're serious about getting into the industry. First thing, you gotta start getting your work out. First thing, that's number one.
Or the platforms that you recommend?
Even LinkedIn. Get a LinkedIn, get a website, do a blog. Go to the
network, be it industries, go to events.
Do what you can. Most of the stuff is free. You don't have to pay for it. It's up for you to just throw it out there. All right. Another one I recommend is called mesh01.com. They have different competitions. So you design for a company. If you win, you get paid. Your design goes to production. So that's starting to build portfolio pieces and establish you as a designer.
Yes.
Now, from there, you got to find an internship. Go to any sneaker brand and just email. You can find it, and they'll have internship information. You can upload your portfolio and get in. Now, if you get to the point where you say, "Hey, Q, maybe I don't want to go to corporate. I want to do my own thing like you did." Okay. First thing, you still got to get knowledge as to how to manufacture a shoe, how to design a shoe, what it takes to actually get it done. Mm-hmm. So, I always recommend trying to go to Pensole.
Correct.
Go to pensole.com to get into a class, an academy class, to get a real knowledge of the foundations of shoemaking. If not, then at minimum, you can go to a shoe cobbler. We all can find a shoe cobbler close to a shoe pair and ask them about, okay, what's the last? How do they stitch the upper materials? So you can get a foundation. Then once you get that, every shoe is basically made the same.
Correct.
Once you have that basis,
the foundation,
now you got to get into more of, okay, I got to find a network to get it made. So China, Vietnam, all these things, now you got to get to people that are in the industry. So, because it's about who you know.
Just like anything.
Yeah, it's about anything
So
else.
it doesn't matter what you know, it's who you know.
It's who you know. So, hey, you guys, you have my Instagram. I'm fine with giving out information as to how to get in, because I was the guy trying to get in as well. Yeah. And it's just like, it's like this brick wall where people, one, are afraid to give information because they're afraid that you may be better than them, or they may be afraid that you'll use it and actually be successful.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm not one of those people. My email is live. You can email me, and I'll give out the information if you can't find it.
Yeah.
Or point you to the person that does.
Correct.
Even at minimum, there's footwear consultancies that can take your design from paper, even if you don't know how to blueprint it out.
To fruition.
They can use that as a reference.
Age in 12 years is that it's just a consistency, right? And there's nothing better than being able to pay your bills doing what you love. But before you can get to that point, we all know that we have to start. We all start with nothing. Everybody starts from zero, right?
Yeah.
Now, there may be some people that have the luxury of having parents or friends or people that will give them money, but we all start at zero at the end of the day.
Yes, sir.
So I thought that, getting that question answered is very important, because I know there are a lot of young designers out there, and we live in a world today where there is so much information around us, but I think oftentimes people can still get paralyzed with that, because what they want to hear is from, you know what I mean? They want to hear certain things, but at the
They
end
don't
of
want
the
to do
day,
the work.
they don't want to do the work.
Yeah, right.
they don't want to put
the easy route.
Bingo.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
it's like some magic pill or something's going to drop out of the sky, and all of a sudden
Boom.
your sneaker's going to be on
Got
Kobe
it.
Bryant.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't happen like that.
No way, dude.
You're 8 years in, which now leads me to the next questions, which I know everybody wants to know about. I've been running my mouth asking all these questions, but it's the sneaker, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell me about this shoe. What's the name of this particular design?
This particular design is called a 495 low. So this one retail, everything is e-commerce. You can go to www.q4sports.com. This is one of the models. This all black colorway is dropping this summer.
Like that. 494. What is it again?
495 low.
495 low.
Yes, sir.
And what is a sneaker like this? Sorry. What is a sneaker like? I'm knocking the mic down.
All good.
It's all good. What does a sneaker like this cost at Q4 Sports?
This one is at 110. The 495 low.
Okay.
What you have right there is the specialist. That's at 95.
Now this is a super light. This is kind of light, but this is a very more lightweight shoe, which it says ultra vent. So it looks like it's got some. It's a breathable mesh.
Right. Perforates
at the top of the shoe. At the top of the shoe, that's great.
Herringbone traction. TSS 26. So that's our torsional stability system. 26 bones in the foot.
I love the tongue on this shoe. Very soft.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and boss cushion on the tongue.
And what does a shoe like this run?
That's at $95 right
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then what do we have there?
And then right here, this is the Millennium. This is our top of the line model.
Which is what you see behind us on the screen.
Yep. That's at 125.
Okay.
This is what I love the ball in because it's just so supportive.
It's actually,
so supportive.
Guys, look, for a shoe what would be considered a high top, that typically you would say is bulky, this shoe is actually heavier. And it's
this
a low
one has
knee.
also tissue paper in it too.
Oh, well, okay, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah,
but
that's a 13.
this is super light, even, and I like the bottom. Are you guys doing any gumdrop bottoms on anything coming up in the future? Gumdrop.
Yep.
And this one,
coming. And
this
that's the
particular
495 high, so that's the big brother of the low.
So this is the big brother of the low.
Yeah, exactly. Same tooling setup. Got an Achilles pad and rib comfort. Yeah, man.
So now let's talk about who's wearing these sneakers.
Yeah.
You have 4 players or 3 players in the NBA right now.
We have 2 that we officially announced.
Okay, 2 that you officially announced that are wearing this news. One of them is wearing, I've seen him. He plays for, Langston plays for
Detroit Pistons.
And the other young man plays for the New Orleans.
Yep, Etwan Moore.
And both of them are wearing the same sneaker.
Yeah.
Did they choose this shoe, or did you guys say this is the shoe we want you to wear?
No, usually, so what happens is, we'll go through the business model. We'll tell them what's going on with Q4, why we're disruptive. From there, we'll send them a pair of shoes. They'll say, hey, I'm going to the site. I'm a high top guy. I'm a low top guy. Usually they're a low top because it's kind of in right now. So typically, they start here. We'll send them the shoes. They'll wear test it. Oh, man, it feels awesome. All right, cool. Now, from there, we'll sit down with the player, me, and we'll deck it out as far as the home and away colorways, the Black History Months, all of the holiday seasons.
Yes, and I've seen the designs. I saw the, you guys did the Wolverine. I saw that one.
That's nice.
I saw the Black History Month customized. There was one other one I saw. I can't remember what it was, but I saw it on IG. But I like that the way you Black Panther. Am I right?
Yeah, Black Panther.
I saw the Black Panther design, which I like those. Take me through the process of what it takes to actually get an athlete to even listen to you. Now, you told me that there was a particular point in time that you did some work with a company. I won't mention their names, but Dwight Howard was one of the clients that you guys were prospecting. And you had Dwight in the bag. You bagged Dwight for this company, and at the end of the day, they switched up on you as far as having him wear your design versus someone else. But take me through that process of how do you get an actual athlete, an NBA athlete, to wear your product?
Man, the first thing, because a lot of guys, especially as a starter brand, they look at you with a question mark.
Yeah,
They're
like who are you?
Come on, dude. Your product can't be as good as a Nike or Adidas or anybody like that, no way.
Yeah.
So first thing is, as soon as, it's funny, so a lot of times we'll go in and we'll show them the product. They'll look at it, touch it, feel it, and say, man, this is actually really nice.
It's quality.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is quality. I was like, yeah, of course.
So then you go buy, pay less.
Yeah, this is actually, exactly. This was designed for top level athletes.
Yeah.
So that's first thing. Then from there, it goes into the business model. Again, when you sit down with an athlete that has an entrepreneurial mindset and an understanding the long-term game, or even a back-end play of how this can work.
Correct.
Now the eyeball is kind of open.
You got their attention.
wow, that's different. Nike's not gonna give me that. These other guys not gonna give me that.
And we're at the infancy of the brand.
Yeah, we're right here at ground level.
Correct. Which is where you want to be at any phase when you come up with a company.
So then they get to thinking like, wow, this is disruptive. I can actually now start to build my brand.
Correct.
Right? I have my own personalized PE. I'm part of a company. I'm a partner. Cool. Then they wear it. That's the first thing. So you'll know off top if the shoe is good when you play or not.
Absolutely.
The shoe is good. It's been proven. It's on the NBA courts. They love it. So from there, we get to the design. They get to personalize it, make it theirs.
Yeah.
We'll sit down, collaborate, do our thing, sample it, get them on court.
Correct.
And their PEs will be launching this summer.
Yeah.
It will be starting. So everybody that's been following us on IG and seeing the colorways and all that stuff is coming this summer.
But you got some new product, which is what you're talking about. It's going to drop. And by the way, guys, the new shoes that are coming out that he's talking about, I've seen them. I've got a sneak peek. And no knock on these shoes, but it's a big time upgrade, as it should be. When you look at the first Kobe, I thought it was trash in comparison to where they are now, personally. But now they're bringing those retros out and they're selling like hotcakes, which hopefully winds up being the case for you. But I'm telling you guys, the new product that's coming out, I will have some on my feet hooping. I can guarantee you that when you guys see me shooting around in the morning, there will be some Q4s on my feet when those drop. But before we close out, there's the most important thing. I mean, this podcast talks about the elements of success, and I think we've talked about a lot of the elements of success for yourself and what our viewers and listeners can also apply to no matter what you're doing, whether you're selling real estate or you're selling soap, you can apply these principles. You have basically your mission statement. Tell me about your brand's mission statement. What I've read is team, passion, commitment, and focus.
Yes, sir.
Those are the elements of success for Q4 Sports. How did you choose those?
Man, so
and why are they important?
Yeah, why are they important? So the name Q4 isn't about me. It's not about Q. It's about the fourth quarter. That's where every second counts.
Absolutely.
That's the most important time of the game.
Yeah.
That's
when real men and women.
Yeah,
rise
that's
up.
when you. Yeah, exactly. If you're losing, how do you rise up? Yeah. If you're winning, how do you keep that momentum to victory?
Correct.
To win. All right. Now within the four, you have those elements of the game. So team, passion, commitment, focus. We believe at Q4 that you got to have all four to be your top optimal athlete on the court, but also off the court.
Agreed.
Life is like the fourth quarter.
Absolutely.
If you think,
Life
it is
gas every day.
It's
you ain't
everyday
ready.
grind, right?
Yeah.
It's an everyday grind. So we want to implement that and let people know, like, even within our shoes, every time you lace up, it's right there. It's on the backside of each tongue. Because when you're lacing up, remember why you playing this game, why you're on this floor, why you're on this court, why you rocking it in life, period. Like, this is, for me personally, it's a reminder. It is a reminder, man. It's grind time. Every day is grind time. That's why we believe in it so passionate.
Well, that caught my attention right away when I was actually looking through your press kit and your media and just really looking at your design, and I see a consistency there, and the consistency does match up where obviously it takes a team to design a sneaker like this. Second, your ass got to be pretty passionate at the end of the day, because this is a tough business. Just like the industry I'm in is very challenging. Yeah. This is an even harder business to break into because it's so controlled by a lot of the big conglomerates, and there's a lot of politics that takes place.
Very much.
So it's inspiring for me to see a young minority, and I don't even like to categorize, but we live in a society obviously where people pay attention to that, but I think it's a great thing because as minorities, we're always so casted in a negative light. We're not intelligent enough, or we're not capable of doing these things, or whatever those negative thoughts are. But here you are, a young man from the south of Georgia, right? And had a vision and believed enough in yourself and went out and found the right people to follow you to get you to the top of the hill. So you definitely got to have passion. And second to that, it takes a commitment to finish a product like this and then get it out to the marketplace to where it can be viewed in a successful light. And last, you got to be highly focused. You got to be super focused, because anybody can wake up one day and say, I had too many doors slammed in my face, right? Or this just isn't going the way I want, or this person pissed me off, or this isn't happening quick enough. Let me go get a day job. Let me go find something else that's going to be easier, right?
Yes, sir.
So oftentimes, taking that path of least resistance isn't the way to go.
No.
So looking at your team's mission statement and philosophy, it definitely, I see that in designing your shoes. You guys are now in the NBA, the largest platform when it comes to basketball on the planet, and on NBA 2K. So for all you youngsters out there,
yes, sir,
make sure you lacing your players up with 2K I mean,
Boom, boom.
sorry,
It's gonna be on
2K Q4 sneakers. Which one is on? Is it?
It's right here. The 495 logo. You'll see on
logo.
Langston and Etwan, man.
Okay,
Right
they're
now.
in different colorways
Yeah,
on there?
different colorways, yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
sir.
So we got the different colorways. Now, before we go, name me your top 5 sneakers of all time.
Ooh. Okay, so number 1. Well, not in order. I'm just gonna name them.
In any order.
All right, I'm gonna say Jordan 14.
Okay. I like that.
Ever since, man, I remember the day it came out, dude. I was in
The 14, you was in love?
I was in elementary school.
I was a
4th
4
grade.
guy.
Woof! Oh my God. Okay, so that's one. Like I said before, I gotta throw in my 2. Everybody hates.
The 2?
I gotta throw in Kobe 1, Kobe 2 from
Okay,
Adidas,
okay,
just cause
okay.
it's just conversation.
Both
piece.
Adidas?
Both of
back
them
to back?
actually.
Okay.
I have both.
All right. All right.
And had both. All right, so 4th. Ooh, wow, man. You know what? I probably gotta go. Ooh, man. I gotta go Jordan 3. That's just pure classic. It's a pure classic,
one of
man.
my
I
all-time
gotta, you know what I'm
favorites.
saying? And then
Elephant skins.
Yeah, I mean, come on,
That
man.
set the
Come
world
on,
on fire
dog.
when
Come
that
on,
shit
dog.
dropped.
That's just
People's mouths was like, what is
What?
that?
You know what I'm saying? And then lastly, I'll probably end, man.
This
the
is
6,
5.
man. I
6?
love the Jordan 6.
Jordan 6, yeah.
The 6 is
Yeah.
tough.
That was a unique shoe. With
Yeah,
the
bro. Yeah,
2
man.
squares on the
Come
top.
on, man.
That was a championship shoe.
That's what I'm
his
talking
first
about.
championship
That-
shoe,
that-
which
that was
right here in
monumental.
Los Angeles, right?
Come on, monumental.
Well, look, I really enjoyed this time having you on. I could go on and on because obviously I love sports, and that's our passion, here at the Watson Group. LAVIPH and Sports and Entertainment brand is really focusing on connecting and collaborating with people within the industry and building and fostering those relationships. So if there's anything we can do to ever service you and your clients, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Dang.
But before we go, guys, Quintin is here. You guys can reach out to him. What platforms
do.
can they reach out to you on that you're comfortable with without them
Yeah.
bugging the hell out of you?
All
on your
good,
phone.
all
But he
good.
welcomes it. But where would you like
yeah.
our listeners and viewers to connect with you at?
Contact me on all social, Instagram, Twitter. It's Q_designs. That's with an S.
Okay.
If you want to email me as far as up and coming designers, hit me at qdesignsfootwear@gmail.com.
Okay.
You can go to my website, same thing, Q Designs Footwear. Kind of see my offline things that I've done in the past. But yeah, man, I'm here to help. Anybody that's trying to get into the industry, any knowledge I can give,
Great.
I can give it. Just let me know.
Well, we appreciate you coming on. You guys can also go to the website at q4sports.com, which is directly behind us. You see that amazing sneaker that's right here that I'm pointing at on the arrow. Kind of has a little. I like the way the sneaker sole is and the way this overlay is.
Yeah, man.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of some Jordan sneakers, like the 11 at the bottom with the back of that, at the back of that heel almost, that little the stone wash. But it is a Q4 Sports sneaker, so you guys can go there, check out what they have in stock right now. Are you guys in any storefronts at this time, or are you all just on a platform where you're distributing across
e-commerce
all
right now?
Which is, in my opinion, the best way to go.
Yeah, especially with retail right now. But e-commerce, but we will be doing pop-up shops.
Great. That's the next thing I want to
Yes,
ask you.
sir.
When's your next pop-up?
We haven't got it locked in yet, but it will be in one of the cities our players are in. So rather Detroit, New Orleans. I can't name the other two.
Nothing here in LA yet?
We will, but I'll keep you posted.
Okay. Great. Well, I'm scrolling up here as you guys can see. There's some of the Q4 designs there. Let me X out of this really fast. Let me find the mouse so you guys can see it.
Yeah.
Boom. So you guys can see that's what they have right now available. The pricing's there.
Yeah.
Each name their sneaker. Plus they're going to have apparel coming out, which I think you guys may have some stuff right now, right?
Yeah, boom. Right
Got
here.
sweatshirts, hoodies. So
Come
go
on.
get your merch, guys. As we say, go get your merch. We
Yeah.
thank you guys for tuning into this broadcast.
Q4,
Thank
baby.
you for coming on. And until next time, I wish you nothing but success, my man.
Man, appreciate it,
Hope
bro.
to see you soon across every major billboard in the United States
Oh,
and
it's coming.
across the world.
Put that in each.
All right, guys, that's a wrap. Y'all take care. We'll see you
sir.
the next time. This concludes our podcast on the Rod Watson Audio Experience with Quintin Williams, founder of Q4 Sports, and we just discussed the elements of success.
Boom.
Go get it.
Let's go.
That's it.
Let's go.